We're going to be talking now about changes in communication that aid seniors, singers. And I'd like to introduce John from the Schaumburg Police Department. Could you give us your full name, John?
Sure, John Nebel.
Okay, John. And what do you do at the police department?
I'm the supervisor for the community relations section.
Very good, and we welcome you to our panel.
Glad to be here, thank you.
And he has something very interesting to share with us. We know that at Friendship Village, one of the mandatory things is to wear a medallion or First Alert, and I myself, even though not there, I wear it, so just in case there is an emergency. How does it work?
Well, in our case in the building, if you press a medallion, security will come up immediately and check. They know where you are in the building. Mm-hmm. And then from there on, if they feel they have to contact the police department or the fire department, they show up. And it's been a very successful program. Right. And it certainly has saved a lot of people. So
I can well imagine. I had an unsettling event and I got myself one, and it's hooked up to my wireless phone because I do live alone, and if I press it, then immediately they call me. If I don't answer, there's 1, 2, 3 that it goes on. We also know that cell phones, many seniors find very helpful. Could you tell us a little bit how cell phones can help seniors?
Well, cell phones, they're small and able to be carried in a purse or a pocket these days. And so it's easy to communicate with your family if you have an urgent need. And I know for one, had my car stop in the middle of traffic, and I was able to use my cell phone, get my husband to come and help me, and get the police there so that I could get out of traffic. So it's a lifesaver in many instances.
Right, and it's very handy, providing the seniors know how to use it. And I know the police department does give free cell phones that are used for emergency only. If the seniors use it, sometimes they forget to charge it, and if they're of no use then. And the police department also has well checks, doesn't it?
We're actually developing that program right now. Mm-hmm. We hope to have it operational later this fall. But with the idea of that program is that where seniors could register with us, and we'll have a volunteer call them every morning, around 10 o'clock or so, just to make sure that they're okay. And if there's no answer, then we'll contact who they have listed on the emergency contact form, so that way either we can find out, well, they had a doctor's appointment today, or they went out of town, or if they don't know the reason that the person isn't answering, either they can go check, or we can send a squad car to check, make sure that they haven't become ill over the night or something like that. So,
but that hasn't been implemented yet.
Correct. We're working on the protocol for that right now, and we hope to have it operational within the next few months. And we'll probably be in contact with you, let you know that we want to spread the word through the community.
Right, because I know that there are some First Alert buttons outside of the village where they have a gizmo that they have to push at night. And then when they get up in the morning, they push that. And if it doesn't get pushed, this loud sound comes, and then they rush to push it, or then they start contacting. But you also have something very interesting that we see over there that has been implemented in our community. Could you tell us about it?
It's a program called CareTrack, and it's designed for special needs individuals in the senior community, people with Alzheimer's or dementia, generally people that might have autism, but folks that might wander away from their residence and then either become lost or not have the ability to tell who they run into, where they live, or what their names are. So what it is, CareTrack is a transmitter which would go on a bracelet that could go on somebody's wrist or on somebody's ankle. And should the person become lost, we have the frequency number for the transmitter registered with us at the police department. We have a couple sets of the tracking gear here, an antenna, and this is a directional antenna which helps us find exact location where the signal is coming from, and the receiving unit here. So that way we could go out and we could go look for the individual.
That wrist or ankle, is it easily removed, or is
No.
it? Does it stay on all the time?
It stays on all the time. And
Even
again,
showers and bathing and everything. It's waterproof.
It's waterproof. The container that the transmitter goes in is waterproof, and we put it on where it fits snugly, not too tight, but snugly, where it can't be taken off the wrist or off the ankle, because again, that would defeat the purpose.
Correct.
And again, this is truly for an individual that that can't be left by themselves. It's really not meant for somebody possibly in the early stages of Alzheimer's or dementia, where they might be alone for a couple of hours in the afternoon before the family gets home, and it's not meant for that. It's meant for the individual who is with somebody 24 hours a day. And if maybe their family member went to the basement to do some laundry and came back 2-3 minutes later and the person is missing and the front door is open, this is what the true intent is, that somebody that just got away and we can go look for them.
Now, is there a range?
On the ground, when we're on foot with the equipment and the person is about a mile on the ground. In realistic terms, when you have buildings and trees and such, it's probably a couple of blocks. And the training that we've done with our officers, we pick up the signal from a couple of blocks away. But we also can go up in the air in a helicopter or fixed-wing aircraft, and then it's got about a 5-mile radius.
Oh,
Plus, we have antennas on some of our squad cars, too. So if let's say we come to your residence for a family member that's missing that has this, the first thing we would do is we would check in a complete 360-degree circle with the antenna. If we're picking up the signal, we'll go in that direction. If we don't pick up the signal, we'll then start driving around in the squad car, up and down the neighboring streets, and get further and further away from your residence, hoping to pick up the signal, at which point we'd go on foot. And again, if that doesn't work, then we'll go up in the air.
How do you determine that you're close? I mean, you say you get a signal. What happens?
It gets, we get an audio signal from this. In fact, I brought along a transmit unit that we test, kind of give you an idea. And so, and as I move it away, it gets softer. So it's kind of like the hot and cold game, where as we're getting more honed in on the signal, it not only gets louder, but there's a meter on here, and it shows that the signal is getting stronger. So I've taken officers, I train the officers that utilize this equipment, and I've taken officers that have had no experience using this, and within 3 hours, they're finding the transmitter inside of buildings a couple miles away from the police station, where I just tell them, it was that direction, go look for it, and they'll go in the car, they'll pick up the signal, they'll go on foot, and within 15-20 minutes, they're finding the transmitter that I have hidden in a building a couple miles from the police station.
Interesting. And how do people go about getting this transmitter?
They should contact me at the police station. My office number is 847-348-7276, and they can contact me, and I will discuss the program with them. There is a $250 fee, one time only, for the equipment, for the transmitter. We do have a federal grant that we're actually able to utilize right now that pays for the monthly replacement of the battery and of the wristband. And if there's a family that has some financial issues, we'll talk to them. We have ways that we might be able to make it work. We've had a couple of community groups that have offered to assist if needed. So we don't want anybody to feel excluded if they feel there's a financial issue. If they have a family member that would truly benefit from this, give me a call. We'll work things out, and we'll get them hooked up.
Now, have you worked with Friendship Village at all on this?
Not yet, because we actually put our first transmitter on somebody about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
So we just got this on the ground running. We've done some information to the public, but we'll be contacting Friendship Village very soon to share with those folks.
Good.
Well, I sincerely hope that many seniors watching our program will take advantage of it. Having gone through with a mother-in-law with Alzheimer's and wondering, wish it had been. Well, we're coming to the end of our communication segment, and 20 years from now, God willing for all of us, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than the ones that you did do. So we hope that the seniors will throw off the bow line, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sail, explore, dream, discover, and move on, and accept the communication changes we have now. Thank you, and God bless you all.